All three chases head to Texas this weekend for a NASCAR triple header across the board. We're going to talk about that, as well as some interesting Halloween costumes from this last week. Hey there guys, hope your week was awesome. I'm Eric and welcome to Out of the Groove. Episode number 20! Woo! Okay, just me, yeah, fine. Anyway, I'd like to start today's episode just by thanking all of you guys who have stuck through this whole series, this whole chase, even before the chase. 20 episodes, and most of these have been like 10 minutes long. That's a lot of minutes. That's several hours. Y'all have probably been looking at my face, a lot of you, and I really appreciate you guys putting yourselves through that, because I like making these videos. I like to see when other people like that I'm making these videos, and so it's been really awesome. So thank you guys. I just want to start off by saying thank you to everyone who's been supporting these videos. I want to be able to make other things like Doubly Cup Series 1 as well, but just as it is right now, I'm not able to. I will be able to soon, I hope, so, you know, stay tuned for that, but I really appreciate that you guys still like to stick with me even when I'm doing stuff like this. So thank you, everybody. Let's talk about NASCAR. Texas Motor Speedway is the second race of this third round of the chase. 7 drivers are still looking to punch their tickets to Homestead. 3 spots remain after Jimmy Johnson won at Martinsville last weekend and has already moved himself into the Final Four. Those 3 spots still up for grabs are currently held by Denny Hamlin, Matt Kenseth, and Kyle Busch. But just behind them, only a few points, is Joey Logano, and then a little further back we have Kevin Harvick and Kurt Busch, and unfortunately, currently 32 points out, we have Carl Edwards. So right now, the top 4 drivers are looking pretty strong. I mean, you got Johnson, you got Kenseth, Hamlin, and Kyle Busch. Those are some pretty strong names. But when you look at the drivers who are currently outside the top 4, I mean, you got Logano, Harvick, Kurt Busch, and of course Carl Edwards. Those are some pretty strong names as well. Texas Motor Speedway has been Jimmy Johnson's playground the last several fall races here, so expect him to be strong again, but expect all these other guys, especially the ones currently outside the top 4, to really go and look to make a statement this weekend at Texas, knowing that a win here at Texas this weekend could propel them from the pit of doom they're in right now all the way to a championship race at Homestead. There's a lot riding on these next 2 races, and it all starts this weekend at Texas. When you look at top driver ratings and stuff at Texas historically, you see guys like Jimmy Johnson, Matt Kenseth, Carl Edwards, and recently Kyle Busch, I'd say as well, and even Joey Logano I think would rank very highly. Jimmy Johnson has won the last 4 fall Texas races, so really expect him to be the favorite. I don't think you can really beat around the bush. I think Jimmy's going to be good on Sunday. I've talked about this before. Kevin Harvick is coming off a low weekend at Martinsville, so expect a high this weekend at Texas. Even though maybe Texas isn't necessarily his best track, expect the 4 car to be strong as well. I'll be really curious to see how Kurt Busch runs, given that he hasn't really shown, you know, first place speed that much this season. They've been consistently a top 5, top 10 team, and he could maybe still do that and move on to the next round, but if you're Kurt Busch, you really need to look at this next week, this next race as not a must-win, but you need to run up front. Kurt Busch's goal should be to at least finish top 5 and lead some laps to prove to both yourself and the rest of the field that you mean business. Because it's going to be tough for anyone to beat Kevin Harvick and Carl Edwards at Phoenix, I tend to believe. So you want to take advantage of this Texas race if you can. I'd say the same thing kind of goes for Matt Kenseth and Denny Hamlin. Both of them have been pretty good at Texas in the past. Kenseth has the highest average finish in the series right now. But neither of them have shown particular dominance at Phoenix in the past, so I would expect both of them to come into this Texas race really looking to get good top 5 finishes. If they can finish top 5 at Texas, that sets themselves up. They'll be setting themselves up very well for Phoenix. Currently, Matt Kenseth and Denny Hamlin are both 6 points out of the cutoff. Kyle Busch is 4 points out of the cutoff. Joey Logano is 4 points behind. And then you got Kurt Busch, Kevin Harvick, and Carl Edwards that are all like 16, 18, and 32 points back, I believe. The fall Texas race has a pretty good history of being a very exciting chase race. We saw a couple years ago Jeff Gordon, Brad Keselowski get into it. A couple years before that, we saw a good battle for the lead between Jimmy Johnson and Brad Keselowski again. I think it's shaping up to be a pretty exciting weekend. And I'm going to be there, so even more fun for me. I'll be making a video there as well, so fun for y'all too, I guess. Should be a fun one, and I'm looking forward to it. Speaking of fun things, this past Monday was Halloween. I did an episode that day, but I recorded it a day before, so I wasn't really in the Halloween spirit, if you know what I'm saying. But I'm sure all of you guys had a fantastic Halloween, at least I hope you did. Some of the NASCAR drivers as well seem to have very eventful Halloweens. I saw several pictures of costumes that some of these guys were wearing, and I just want to roll through them really quick with some of y'all and give them my rankings. It's been a year or two since I really dressed up as anything like elaborate for Halloween. I remember I've been things like Peter Pan when I was really young. I was Jack Sparrow one year, I think. I've always wanted to be Edward Scissorhands, because I think if I like rough up my hair and I'm really tall with like long arm stuff and I get the hand stuff, I could be a good Edward Scissorhands. But this isn't about me. Let's look at what some of these other drivers did for how their Halloweens with their families. Let's take a look. Alright, the first one we have here is Kyle Busch and his wife Samantha and his son, is it Brexton or Braxton? I don't know what his son is. Anyway, they're rocking like what, the 80s disco look here? I don't know. I'm not very familiar with my 80s trivia. I don't know if they're supposed to specifically be real people. It looks like Brexton, whatever his name is, might be like Elvis or something. I mean, he doesn't have the hair down, but he's a baby, so I'll cut him some slack there. Not bad. It looks like Kyle Busch's wife she's really into it, and I think you'll see that with a lot of these pictures. I think the families are really into it. The drivers look like they were just kind of pulled in last minute. That's kind of how this one looks to me. This picture, I'll give it a fun-sized bag of Skittles rating, I think. Not just because Kyle Busch is sponsored by Skittles, but because, you know, it's a fun family picture to look back on. And Skittles are just fun, so I think it's a fun-sized bag of Skittles. Alright, next. Oh, I like this one. This is Denny Hamlin rocking the 101 Dalmatians theme with his family. You got Cruella de Vil, who is looking very much better than I remember her looking in the Disney animated movie. Let me tell you that, just to start with. Denny Hamlin, on the other hand, I don't know what... I could do without the little hands, the way he's got his little... I could do without that. That's a little too much devotion for me, Denny. You look like you're playing the sad puppy, which... I don't know that that's really as fitting, given that in 101 Dalmatians, most of the puppies were happy, even though they were being chased by a crazy lady or whatever. I thought most of the puppies were happy. You look disappointed to be there, Denny. That's the only thing I could say about that one. But not bad. I like the costumes. 101 Dalmatians, one of my favorite Disney movies of all time. I mean, I like pretty much every Disney movie that's ever come out, so it's not that spectacular. But there was a 101 Dalmatians game I played when I was really young. It was like a computer game. I don't remember what it was called. I loved that game. I still think about that game sometimes. I wonder if it's still out there somewhere. I should play it. I think the Hamlin's costume here deserves a rating of a bag of Gushers that when you open it, it's less than half full. Because that's what I look at this. I look at it on the surface and I'm like, wow, I love 101 Dalmatians. It's great costumes. Like, that is great. And I love Gushers. That is a great thing. But then you open it and you just see, oh, there's not that many Gushers in here. It's kind of disappointing. And that's kind of... Denny Hamlin looks sort of disappointed in himself, which, I don't know. This is such a great costume. He should be so happy to be there. The paws, though. He shouldn't... That's too much devotion. I really like this next one as well. Jimmy Johnson and his family dressed up as, it looks like, Prince Charming. Jimmy, you rockin' the crown. He's foreshadowing himself to be the new king, guys. When he wins his 7th championship this year, we're gonna start having to call him king now. And Richard's not gonna be happy about that, I guarantee you. And you got his wife Cinderella, very nice, very nice. The daughters, though, okay, you got, looks like the one on the left, I don't know their names. I don't pay attention to the Jimmy Johnson reality show very often. I mean, I guess she's rocking the Elsa there, like every little girl across America still is 3 years later, I guess. So not bad. I don't know, is that supposed to be like Alice in Wonderland maybe? Although I don't know if I'm not even gonna try to guess. I'm just gonna leave it up in the air for that one. But I really like these costumes. Although Jimmy, he is in charge right now. Jimmy Johnson's already prepared to become NASCAR royalty, because we all know he's going first ballot Hall of Famer. He's gonna go down in history as one of the greats. And obviously it seems like he knows it too. I'll give this costume a rating of a Snickers bar. Preferably not a king-size Snickers bar, but a full-size Snickers bar, because this is a great costume. These are great. There's a great little setup you got going here. But at the same time, Snickers, you see so many ads for Snickers. It feels like Snickers, it's like they know they're the best. It's like they know they're the most popular candy in America. Jimmy, in this case, I think he knows he's the best driver out there, or at least the best team. He's the most accomplished, let's put it that way. So, he seems like he's not afraid to show it. He's got the crown. No bashfulness out of Jimmy this year. I like this one, though. I wish I could say the same for his crew chief, Chad. I don't know where I found this picture. I don't even know if this is from this year, but this is not a good costume, Chad. I mean, you know that people are scared of clowns these days. Why do you gotta dress up in a silly rainbow wig? This has to be left over from that Madagascar 3 thing they did a few years ago. I'm looking around like I have a crew, like who sent me this picture, but it was me. I probably just found it somewhere. I think it's funny though. I like this one a lot too. Elliot Sadler and his wife going as, looks like characters from A League of Their Own. Elliot Sadler's really got he's got the good baseball face. He looks like Lance Berkman, if any of y'all remember who he is. A lot of y'all probably do. So I like the looks of these. These good uniforms look really authentic. I don't know if that's the right word because it is a movie, but it looks like authentic movie, worn props or something. I like it. And of course, daughter looks like Red Riding Hood, so that is, yeah, that's something. Doesn't really match. I don't know what the other kid is. Harry Potter. I don't know what that it's supposed to be. But so, you know, they don't get too much credit for matching. But As far as Elliott Sadler and his wife seem to be concerned, I would say they get a really high rating in my opinion. I'll rate their costumes a bag of Big League Chew because it's baseball and it looks like that's what Elliott Sadler's chewing on in this picture. Hopefully that's all he's chewing on. And last but certainly not least, we have Darrell Wallace Jr. and Ryan Blaney. And oh my goodness. Well, okay, we can start with Darrell Wallace Jr. Clearly that's a Jack Sparrow costume that he bought at Party City of some kind. You know, he's pulling it off okay. He seems to be having a good time, just laughing about it, drinking, I don't know what he is, probably beer of some kind, but he can pretend it's rum. He can put on a good Johnny Depp impression and go for it. I like the costume. Like I said, I've been Jack Sparrow before. Jack Sparrow's a great character. So not too bad. Not a lot of effort there, because like I said, it looks like he bought it at Party City, but still a fun costume. Ryan Blaney, on the other hand, it looks like he went to a Renaissance festival or something and only shopped in the women's department, which I'm sure was his joke. That's what he's going for. Funny guy, Ryan Blaney. I can see that. It's very apparent. But it bothers me how well that corset seems to fit him. It seems like he's worn one before and it's molded to his body. That is a little disturbing, Ryan Blaney. I don't know. And I mean, Darrell Wallace Jr. seems so comfortable with it, but yet you in this picture don't look quite as comfortable. You look like you know you're making a fool of yourself. But I won't judge. You do what you're doing. I also think it's funny. It doesn't look like you're really wearing shoes. Maybe I'm just blind and you are, but those I don't see shoes. So good luck trick-or-treating like that. That's going to hurt your feet. Alright, Darrell Wallace Jr.'s costume, just a plain old bag of M&Ms, because that's basically what it is. We've all seen Jack Sparrow before, but, you know, it's not bad. Nothing wrong with M&Ms, you know, so I'll give him a passable rating. Ryan Blaney, on the other hand, I'll give him a Tootsie Pop, because it's a little bit of both. It's, you know, it doesn't really know what it is. Is it a Tootsie Roll? Is it a lollipop? Is it both? You see, it's a little confusing, you know? I'm trying to think of a good example of a confusing candy. I don't know, that's the best I could think of. But that's kind of Ryan Blaney. I can't tell if he's enjoying himself or not. He's certainly living it up. But yeah, so those were all the NASCAR Halloween costumes I sifted through the other day. I just saw a lot of them popped up on my feed. Felt like I should talk about them and rate them based on candy. So, hope you guys had a great Halloween. It's November now, so I moved on, clearly. But thank you guys for watching. That's my show. Follow me on Twitter at Dex Racing if you haven't already. Like I've said a couple times, I'll be at Texas Motor Speedway this weekend. I'll be leaving tomorrow, actually, by the time y'all are watching this, assuming you're watching this on Friday. So I'll be vlogging or I'll do some special kind of video while I'm there. So expect that next week sometime. I'm pretty busy right now, so hopefully none of that gets delayed too much. I'm looking forward to the race this weekend. It's going to be so much fun. But yep, as always, thank you guys for watching so much. Please subscribe. All that fun nonsense. I'll see you guys after Texas. There'll still be an episode on Monday. I might do it on location. Do not know yet. I probably won't, but maybe I will. But it'll still be up Monday. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see y'all then. Have a good weekend.